back to Grappling Insanity. As you can see, we have a new grappling friend. This grappling dummy is coming from Fuji mats. You can go to fuji.com where you get your gear for no-gi and gi. You can find hat shirts, all the other stuff that's there. You'll also find this grappling dummy. This grappling dummy only comes one way, filled. So you're gonna pay a little bit more for a filled dummy, and you don't have the option of buying the unfilled. What I'm gonna do in this video, it's not gonna be very long, I'm just gonna give you the specs of the dummy, approximate weight, and some of the similarities, and maybe some of the differences of the dummies that I have and the dummies that I had, all right? So let's go ahead and get into that. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at just the measurements right off the bat. Let's measure some of the limbs. So, these legs do not straighten out. You cannot have him stand up. You can't put any poles in him to make him stand. These legs are staying fairly bent. They're sewn in a way that make this dummy a kneeling dummy, a dummy with the knees up. So you have a barrier to pass. The knees don't flop open. They stay like this pretty much, right? The arms, similar to the dummy that I have from fav.uke, is the Velcro on the arms, right? These arms also come with a little strap here, very similar to the fav.uke arms, just Velcro to the body. Some of the lengths on these, if I'm going to measure out, so let's just say this is kind of the kneecap. We'll go down to about where the ankle would be. And let's flip this down to inches. And we get about 17 inches from the knee to about the ankle. Now if I measure myself here, measure my knee to my ankle, that is about the length of my portion of the leg right there. Now the portion from my knee to my hip, let's see what we got here. We'll measure mine. Approximately 16. And it's the same, 16. So I'm 5'10", 5'10 and a half on a good day. And if you were to figure this out here and include this portion from where the ankle would be down to the heel, you'd probably get another 3 inches. Yeah, you'd probably get another 3.5, 4 inches, which is what I'll get on my foot, right? So your leg, when it's all said and done, is about 34 with the extra couple inches there. You're talking about maybe 40 inches from the hip to the heel, right? So let's go to the arms. The arm from the shoulder, I'm gonna measure from the top up here, from the top of the delt down to the elbow where they have a bend right here, right? And that's giving me about 13. If I measure mine, it's 13. So this portion from the top of the delt down to the elbow, the same distance mine is. Now from this portion of from the elbow to the wrist is about 10 inches. And I get about 10 inches also. So the dummy's shoulder to elbow, elbow to wrist, same measurements as my arm when it's bent like this. Now the hand is going to be about 6 inches, and that's about where I am, about 7 inches or so. So the hand is pretty much like my hand extended. The neck, the torso, let's measure the torso. So from the shoulders to about the hip area. We'll measure that. And that comes out to about 16 or so. And so let's just measure from up here to about my hip. And I'm getting 16 also. So far, this dummy is almost my twin. A few other things with this dummy is it does have a similar face and head as my fav.uke. It's raised, which makes this perfect and nice for chin straps. So when you're doing front headlock series, and if you're doing the Dan Hurd front headlock series, or you're doing Josh Hinger, if you're doing his chin strap stuff, it's really nice to have this pronounced chin Some of the dummies that you get that I've had have just been flat. There's no face on them, and it just goes straight down. There's nothing you can really get any kind of purchase to hold that chin strap. Which this also makes a nice little grab for when you're sliding in rear naked chokes, and you're talking about getting that little inch that you need to get your hand across there. I know Danaher talks about, you know, all you need is an opening the width of your wrist to get it in. It's about an inch, maybe an inch and a half, and that's what this opening is right here. It's perfect for sinking in, you know, your rear naked chokes or the blade of your arm here. Some other things in here that the dummy has. Again, it doesn't straighten its legs out. It has the same kind of system with the straps and the arms. Now I will say, just feeling this dummy, it feels pretty solid. It feels pretty good. Now I haven't worked with it, so I don't know what the seams are going to do, but it has a similar kind of system on it with zippers in here for the feet. So I got 1, 2. I got zippers for the arms, 3, 4. So those are filled independently. Zippers for the hands, 5, 6, and the zipper in the back, 7. The same as the fav.uke. It has the same number of openings on it. What's really nice is this dummy comes super clean. It looks like a heavy bag you would buy at a store. It's not getting your grappling dummy all folded up, all the air taken out, and then you have to sit there and unfold it and stuff it. Now I've stuffed a number of dummies, and it does get a little tiresome to fill them up. And I've noticed, looking at this dummy versus the dummies that I filled, this one is really covering all the little voids, all the little open spaces. Now I have mine where I have to go back and repack it several times to get it like this, but I don't think I'm getting it quite like this. This is packed. When I say professionally, it really feels professional. So it's like getting a heavy bag from Everlast or one of the Titles or whatever you're going to get them from. So it's, again, this is filled very nicely. If I were to guess the weight, I'd probably figure about maybe 60 pounds, somewhere around there. And again, you can see how you can slide your wrist right underneath the chin. You're going to get that kind of grip in here, slide it across, get rear naked chokes. What I noticed different here with these straps is they're not super long. I noticed my fav.uke, I'll measure it when I go back to my other dummy, is to get an idea. This looks like it's about a 2-inch movement, so it's not, while it's floppy, it's not crazy floppy. My other one seems like there's a good 4 or 5 inches, and so when the arm comes off, it drops down a little bit. Another thing is, this Velcro doesn't feel as aggressive as the one on my other dummy. So I noticed it chews up my legs a little bit when I have the dummy in my closed guard. Other than that, I'm going to be doing some little R&D, a little research and development on this grappling dummy, and I hope to have another video out for BJJ Fanatics with this dummy exclusively for Fuji. All right, so thanks for checking it out, and if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave those down below. Please give it a like, subscribe to the channel.